Today I'm going to transform Minecraft mobs into characters from LILO and Stitch. Right in front of me, I have a list with all the characters we're going to make in this video. Since there are many, I won't stall. So let's start right away. Otherwise, the video will be too long. And the first one we're going to make is Reuben. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I chose him because he's yellow and matches me. Just like in all the other videos in this series, I'm going to create a special biome for each of them. In this case, this yellow circle here will hold all the LILO and Stitch characters inside with a biome. Well, since to me, Reuben is one of the cutest, I already know what I'm going to transform him into. This mob isn't yellow and doesn't look much like him, but I think it will be cool. Also because I can have him follow me the whole video, which is the wolf, right? The Minecraft dog. In this case, this one is my dog, but either way, it's the Minecraft dog. So I'm gonna go in here to him. Let's start creating him from the belly part. More or less like this, stretch here, and I think I can shrink a little, then duplicate this one upwards. Shrink a bit on each side, perfect. And now let's create his arms. We can use the same cube here and just shrink it, enlarge a little, pull down, shrink again, and for the hand like this. The arm is too wide, but that's easily fixed. Just by shrinking. In this lower part, I'll make fingers for him. I was looking at the reference image and he has 3 little fingers, so I think it'll look better if I do it like this. Perfect, we select this arm of his, duplicate it to the other side, and rotate. There, perfect. I think we can paint him all yellow and add some details to his texture. Just mix a bit of dark yellow and light yellow to create light and shadow. Like this. Oh, perfect. Now let's add his foot here, stretch here, and create this cube to soften a little. One toe, duplicate, pull and duplicate, pull. Then select this leg and duplicate to the other side. Now the start of the head, his head and top part, the cheeks, and here on the side he has little ears. Stretch here. And on top the hair part, stretch. Then I added the hair all over his head, and finally the nose. Duplicate here, pull to the side, and rotate to look like this. Oh, a very cute nose. And back in Minecraft, my dog that used to be a normal dog became Reuben. Now, as I mentioned before, this part here, which is the circle part, I'm going to do like I did for Shrek and the Italian brain rots. Well, to start, we're going to have to do the following, which is digging a hole here. And now, yes, inside here, I can start building the biome for him. As in LILO and Stitch, he's a little lab character. He also really likes burgers, so I'm going to mix the two. Sandwich, in this case. And that's what I did. I created like a laboratory with some lab stuff, pipes and such, and a really giant sandwich in the middle. And look at that. That's how the result of the little biome I created for him turned out. There's the sandwich here in the middle and the lab tubes. Oh, I'm gonna do the following. Come here, dog. I'm gonna leave him sitting here, and all right, my rating for him will be a 9. Because I really liked it, I thought it turned out cute. And even though he's small, he has a lot of details. Comment your score down below, and here's the thing, I have a name tag here, and its name is Samuel FFYT. I'm going to put it here on the character. And he will have the name of a subscriber from the channel. In the last Shrek video I recorded, I told you to comment if you wanted to appear in the video or any comment. And every character I create today, I will name after a subscriber. If you want to appear, don't forget to comment below. That in the next video, maybe you can appear too. And this is our first character of today's video, but yeah, there will be many. So I think I will have to speed up this video and do it as fast as possible because normally I only do 5, man. The next one I will create is, I'm gonna make Jumba. I like him, he appears a lot, he's LILO's friend. So looking at all of them, I think he's the one who can be transformed into the Iron Golem because he's really strong. So let's go to the village. Probably somewhere around here, there will be an Iron Golem. Well, let's start making Jumba's body. Stretch a cube here. One more. And he has a pretty big body structure, so we can pull here. Add another big cube here on the back, and start making the texture part. This here is obviously going to be his belly part. Stretch a cube here, one more, pull here, and here. It formed kind of a jacket. Now the head, the chin, and his actual head, the nose, and the top of the head. It's already taking Jumba's shape. Now here, pull the arm, the other part, and his hand. Duplicate to the other side, and perfect. And back in Minecraft, the Iron Golem has transformed into Jumba. Yeah, he's strong like the Iron Golem and all, so I think it turned out to be a good transformation. I'll take advantage that he's angry with me. Meanwhile, we can already make the second part of the scenery, which is where Jumba is going to stay. And yeah, since he's also part of a lab, I'm going to do that. Just this time without the ice cream. Most of today's scenes will probably be things with science and such. Because LILO and Stitch has a lot of that. Ship, galaxy, and that's what I did. Next to Reuben, I started building the part where Jumba would stay. I placed a laboratory tube and also focused on the color pink. And look at this. It matched a lot. Our scenarios are already taking shape. The colors matched perfectly. Purple, pink, with the yellow of the ground. Look at this. It was perfect. And since before I gave a rating for Reuben, now I'm gonna give a rating for Jumba as well. Well, I think he can get an 8. It's fair. And I'm also here with a name tag with a subscriber from the channel Paloma Leticia 2011. I'll come here. I'll put the name tag on him. And he already has a subscriber's name. Like I said before, if you want to appear in the next video, comment. below, and I'll name a mob after a subscriber. All right, one more scene created, so we can go to the next one. And now what I'm going to make, I think it can be Leroy. He's kind of the evil version of Stitch, right? So I think he will match a lot with him. Now the problem is what to transform into Leroy. He is red. In Minecraft, I don't remember a specific red mob. Actually, there is a mob. Okay, I think we're going to turn Leroy into the mushroom cow. Well, so let's start building Leroy here. On his back, he is, I don't know if you watched the movie, but Stitch, when he gets angry, he also gets kind of spikes on his back. Normally, Stitch doesn't have spikes on his back, but when he gets angry, he creates this. And since Leroy is the angry version of Stitch, the spikes kind of stay there forever, right? Like he's permanently in his irritated version. Okay, since he's red, I'll already paint everything red too. Here in the back, it's like this and like this. Perfect. Let's already make his arm here. Pull to here, stretch, and he kind of has 4 arms. His head, the bottom part, and the teeth. Pull here the nose, stretch here, and now pull to the side. Duplicate, pull here, and rotate, connect the dots. And now on top of his head, he has some antennas too, so I'm going to reuse the antennas I already made, which is good because it looks good, it looks cool. They are beautiful antennas from the back, so I can reuse them here on the head. Like this, duplicate here, and rotate. And finally, his ear. Perfect. Now just select this ear, duplicate, pull to the side, and rotate. And now before, where there were only cows, I found the Leroys. Okay, without stalling too much, I started creating the scene where Leroy will stay. The focus of this one obviously will be red. I put some things from the nether, some red plants too, and 2 bars, like they're prison bars, the chains. And he kind of broke free from the chains. Like he was a loose experiment, imprisoned, right? Like that. And look how cool, we already have our 3rd scene here. It matched him a lot. And alright, for Leroy, my rating will be 7, since he turned out a bit simpler too. A score that makes sense. He didn't turn out bad, but he also wasn't the best. I'm already here with the name tag of another subscriber from the channel, so I'm going to place it here. And perfect, look at that. Don't forget to comment your name down below. Well, without wasting time, let's go to the next one. And now that we've already made several secondary characters, let's move to one that's more main, which is LILO, right? One of the ones that appears the most in the movie. She will really be one of the only humans here. The rest are all aliens, so obviously I'm going to turn her into a villager, which makes the most sense. Let's start here by pulling a cube for her body. Then the little feet with sandals. Duplicate this foot, pull to the side, and rotate. She wears a kind of Hawaii style outfit, right? Since they live in Hawaii. Duplicate the arm, pull to the side, and rotate. Let's start the head. Pull the cube here. Start doing her hair because for now she's bald. And now yes, the actual hair. Here on the side too, and here her cheek, duplicate, pull to the side. The ear on the other side, and the nose. All done, let's see where there are villagers here. Look, there, the villagers turned into Lilos. I think it turned out really nice. One of the best so far, to be honest. Well, what I was thinking is, like I said, right, she's one of the only humans, so I won't make a laboratory or anything. I'll do something inspired by a beach. You can tell they live on the beach in Hawaii. I'll create it as if it were a central island on this map. Literally here in the middle, a sand island with a palm tree. So that's what I did. I started building the map, I placed the sands, the water and such, and a palm tree to represent the beach. Wow, man, it's turning out perfect. Kind of the central island here really complemented the biomes and filled it in nicely. I think it was one of the best biomes so far. It has lots of vibrant colors, green and blue, and it also matched a lot placing LILO inside here. And alright, for LILO, I said she was one of the ones I liked the most, right? So I'll also give her a 9 rating. The details and the texture were perfect. I'm here with a name tag too, from a subscriber. I'll put it on her, and look, it's perfect. Let me leave a little boat here, and let's go to the next character. And I think it could be Pickley. Pickley, he's one of the aliens who also becomes friends with both, right? Both LILO and Nani. And in Minecraft, what he looks most like for sure is a creeper. Because Pickley, the little alien, he also has feet. 4 legs, just like the creeper has, you know? So yeah, I'm going to walk away from here because there's no way to stay while building, because these creatures are way too annoying. And for Mr. Pickley, I started building his body. He has this outfit here, like from the Space Army. He works for the space aliens. And like I said, he has 4 legs just like the creeper. That's why I chose him. He's green on top of that. Look, maybe he was even inspired. And lastly, I made his head. It's a pretty big head with only 1 eye. And okay, let's see how he turned out. The creeper has a small problem, which is not being able to get close. If we get too close to look, he'll end up blowing himself up, right? But look at this. It turned out really cool. I said it matched with the creeper because of his 4 legs, but I don't want him to explode, so let's go back to our world. Whoa, he almost blew up because of the creeper. And let's start here to build the little scenario where he'll stay. I wanted something more inspired by a forest since he has those greenish tones and all. I placed as if it was in a jungle, and a quote-unquote passage, a little door inside the wood. Obviously, it doesn't lead anywhere, but it's just to give a cool atmosphere to our scene. And look, the result turned out really good. It matched a lot with him. There's a bit of green, a bit of blue, just like his own colors. The rating I'll give Pickley will be a 7 too. I thought he turned out slightly simple, but really good. I already have the subscriber's name tag who commented, Jason, alright, and it matched perfectly. Really cute here. The scenes are looking really good, but we still have 5 characters left to create. I don't know how I'm going to fit 5 biomes in here still, but I'll figure it out. Let's do the next one. It can be this one. Look, another yellow one too. Spark, he's the most electric little creature. I think he's the electric one. He has some electricity thing, I don't know. So I have a good idea to transform him. There's a Minecraft mob that's yellow and fast. 2. And what's yellow and fast? This creature here, the ocelot. You can barely catch him because he's so fast. So I'll do the following. We go out here. And okay, in block bench, I started creating Spark. He's even a little similar to Reuben, who is yellow and has a small body. The shape is even quite similar. But some things change later when we move on to the hands, legs, and head. That's where it changes most, because he has a long snout and also 2 antennas on the tip of his nose. He's like an electric animal, something like that. Alright, so let's see how he turned out. Wow, he's already over there. I told you he was fast, man. I left the little dog and he's already far away from me, but look at this. I think it's not even worth showing too many details of him because he keeps running away. And well, from that point, of course, this one became my second favorite, okay? He turned out really good. And for his scenario, I already had something in mind. I'm going to make a biome completely focused on the color yellow with lots of gold, kind of yellowish wood, and also some broken gold blocks to create a yellow gradient and make it really beautiful. Some chains to refer to electricity. I don't know if it will exactly resemble what I want, but I think it will match him a lot. And perfect, here it is, as I thought. It matched him a lot. Since I thought he turned out really nice, lots of details and such, I'll give him a 9. I already have the subscriber's name tag named Steve, and perfect, let's go. It's almost over. Wow, when I make so many characters like this, it takes a while to finish. And now I'm going to make Nani, even though she's another human. Since I already used the villager to make one of the humans, now there are no more humans in Minecraft. Villagers aren't even humans actually, but they're the closest thing. For me, what most resembles a villager are the pillagers. So I think I'll transform her into a pillager anyway. Let me get away from them a bit because they're aggressive. And now, let's start transforming her. She's kind of tricky because she's human. Her base is very similar to LILO's. The head, hair, and all. What had the most details there was the shape of the body. But then the arms and legs part was really easy. And the head is practically the same as LILO's. Alright, done with her. They're down here, right? They're still pillagers, kind of. So they're still aggressive. But alright, no, I'm going to end up dying if I stay here because my armor isn't... Oh, okay. I thought I had lost my chest plate. Here I'm wearing a Elytra. I forgot for a moment. Man, you could wear a Elytra with a chest plate, right? Like with LILO. She has nothing to do with those lab biomes and stuff. It's something more human. For Nani, I think I'll have to do something like that too. But I already made a beach. I didn't want to do another beach. So for her, I'll make it like a living room of a house. Her own house. With a sofa, a table, and a few things like that to decorate. Yeah, I think this one was one of the weaker ones, but... in the end, when all the biomes are ready, it'll be a nice compliment to the scenery. Okay, Nani wasn't one of my favorites, so her score will be 6. I'll place the name tag on her. And done, more subscribers showing up here on the channel. Like I already said, don't forget, comment down below if you want to appear. Okay, just 2 more left finally. So let's go to the next one right away. Yeah, let's make this one, which is Angel. Pretty much the female version of Stitch. And for her, since she's pink, I already have an idea. I know in the end it doesn't really matter if she's pink or not, but alright, it'll be this here anyway. Well, to make her, it'll be one of the easiest because wondering why? You must be wondering why I have Leroy here. Well, there's a reason. I'm going to do this. Then I'll delete his teeth, pull his mouth up, remove these 2 antennas from here, and I'll make a bigger antenna for him. Grab this here, drag it there, duplicate, rotate, and paint it pink. This one was one of the easiest, for sure. Here, look, our little sheep. In this case, even the sheep that wasn't pink became her, right? But like, it's okay, all good. Well, now that I've already grabbed the sheep, let's go back to our biome circle. And I'll build Angels, which is her name, exactly right here on the side. And for her, I have the idea to do the following. Since she's pink, I'll make everything inspired by the cherry grove, which is the pink tree in Minecraft, right? The bushes, the grass, the wood, and this one will match her perfectly. And her scene turned out perfect. Everything in pink, nice. Yeah, one detail, I had to start shrinking the size of the scenes because I started to run out of space to fit them. The first ones I made way too big, I didn't measure the size. Since Angel is practically the same model as Leroy, I'll give a 7 to her too. Now I come here, place the name tag, and perfect. But well, the important thing is that there are only 2 characters left, Kix and Stitch. Since I just created Angel, and they're pretty similar, let's make Stitch now. Stitch is blue, and in Minecraft, the bluest mob I know is here. Look, together with the pillagers, who are the nannies. Get out of here, Nanny. It's the alley. I'll break this here so he can get out before a pillager comes. Can you get out? From the corner already? Alright, Let's land up here again. And we can start creating Stitch. I'm not going to use the same base from Leroy or Angel that I used before because there are already 2 mobs that are practically the same. So I'll make him from scratch with a different build. A body style that won't be so similar to theirs. Okay, I came down here. Stitch is all ready. You saw the ally turned into Stitch. The problem is he's going to keep flying, right? But that's okay. No problem. Get out of here. I stopped the wood. There's not much secret. I just used the blue colors, that thing from the nether, the wood and such. Here, there wasn't much that could go wrong. It was just making blue colored items and they'd match Stitch. I liked Stitch a lot. I changed his structure so it wouldn't resemble Angel or Leroy to make him a bit different. So I think since I didn't reuse anything, I'll give an 8 as well. Placing the name tag on him and perfect. Now there's only one left and there's only this little space here left for us to create the last one, which is gonna be Kix. And since he has that strong and big structure, I already have an idea for him. I'll transform him into a Ravager. Yeah, he's really big, has 4 arms, right? Kix also has 4 arms. I know it's not the same thing, but it's the only mob that's very strong that I found. And this one was one of the hardest to make because he's really big, has lots of details, 4 arms. His head is also a very detailed shape, but in the end he turned out great, one of my favorites. He's ready, he'll be one of the strongest, you can't even fight him. I just wish I could show the details of how he turned out, but it'll be hard to show here for you guys. Look, he really became one of my favorites. Very beautiful. Oh man, let's build the scene quickly for him. And well, we were kind of running out of creativity. The only thing I could think of was placing pink items in his scene. And all done, we built the last scene for the last character. And this one was my favorite of all. As I said before, he has a lot of details, so my score for him is definitely 10. And now the last name tag with the last subscriber name and perfect. And that's how all the characters we created today turned out, with a different subscriber's name and their own unique biome. Seriously, this one really turned out beautiful. Comment below which one was your favorite.